from the block universe to the consciousness that contains it. You are reading a biography of someone who died before you finished the first chapter. The biography is called your memory. The person is called your past self. The Minkowski spacetime geometry makes this mathematically unavoidable. The past is not gone. It is geometrically identical to the present. In the block universe, confirmed by every experiment in relativistic physics, from Einstein's 1905 paper to the GPS satellites that cannot navigate without it. The past, the present, and the future exist simultaneously as coordinates in a four-dimensional structure. Your birth is not over. It is occurring, at its coordinate, with absolute ontological reality. Your first heartbreak is not a memory. It is a fixed event in space-time. As real and present as you are now, the emotional weather of that moment, permanently inscribed in the geometry of the universe. Never finished, never gone. Feel what that does. Julian Barbour, in The End of Time, follows the geometry all the way to its conclusion. There is no flowing river of time. There is only a static four-dimensional block in which every event exists with equal reality. What we call the past is simply the region of the structure we no longer occupy from our experience perspective, but it has not ceased to exist. The version of you who was 7 years old and afraid is not gone. It is located, precisely, in the geometry of space-time, permanent, unchangeable, fully real. And there is no going back to fix it, because there is no going. The block universe does not have a moving present. The present is your perspective. The events are all fixed. Here is what this does to regret. The event you have spent the most time rerunning in the cinema of your default mode network. The words you wish you had said, or hadn't said. The decision whose consequences you have been living with. The moment whose trajectory you would alter if time were a river you could swim upstream in. That event is occurring, right now at its space-time coordinate, perfectly preserved. The pain of that moment is happening, in the block, with full fidelity, not as trace, not as echo, as event. The wound is not healing. The wound is... Feel the cold specificity of this in the sternum, not existential dread, something more precise. The sensation of a particular kind of helplessness. The helplessness not of weakness, but of structure. You cannot change the past, not because you lack the power, but because the past is a location, and you cannot travel to a location you have already left. The block universe is not cruel. It is simply the geometry. And here is what it does to the future. In the block universe, the future is not open. It already exists. In the same sense your past exists. It is simply the region of space-time you have not yet reached from your experience perspective. Every choice you will make is already made. Every word you will speak is already inscribed. You are not deciding, you are discovering. The sensation of choosing, the felt sense of deliberation, of weighing options, of authoring your own actions, is the experience of traversing a trajectory that is already fixed. The freedom feels real because you are inside it, but the geometry is determined. The walls are permanent. The choices were never entirely yours to make. Take a moment in that. Let the grip it produces in the chest be real, the specific high-stakes dread of absolute determination. David Bohm's implicate order extends this even further. The entire history and future of the universe is enfolded in every present moment, the way every present moment, the way every fragment of a hologram, contains the whole image. What you experience as sequential time is the unfolding of what is already, completely, entirely present. You are watching a pre-recorded film from inside the film, convinced you are choosing what happens next. The Yoga Vasishtha addresses exactly this. The sage Vasishtha tells the young Rama, even if you were to know your entire fate in advance, you would not be diminished by it, because the you that is fated is not the real you. This distinction is not semantic, it is the hinge. The block universe, the four-dimensional structure in which all events are fixed, in which the past wound is permanently occurring and the future is already written, is the drishya, the scene. It is the content of consciousness, not consciousness itself, the content. Consciousness is not within space-time. You cannot locate consciousness in the block universe any more than you can locate a cinema screen inside the film being projected onto it. The screen is not in the film. The screen is what the film is on. Consciousness is not in time. Time is in consciousness. This is not a poetic inversion. It is the only coherent description of the relationship between awareness and the content of awareness. The Pratyabhyayana Tridaye says, Chiti, pure consciousness of its own free will, is the cause of the manifestation of the universe. Consciousness freely produces the appearance of a universe, including the appearance of a block universe, with fixed events and determined futures. This is the lila, the absolute choosing to experience limitation, to feel the terror of the fixed and the unfree, in order to know itself through the extraordinary drama of forgetting it is free, and then remembering. You are not in the block universe. The block universe is in you. Rest in that with the full weight of what it implies. The wounded at space-time coordinate is occurring in your consciousness. Your consciousness is not in the coordinate. The regret, the rehearsed conversation, the version of you at 7 years old who was afraid, all of it is arising within awareness, the way a film arises within a cinema. The cinema is not damaged by the film's tragedy. The cinema is not older after a long film than before it. The cinema does not accumulate the grief that moves across it. What are you right now? Not the fixed events, not the space-time coordinates, not the trajectory already inscribed. You are the awareness in which all of those appear and are known. And that awareness is not subject to the geometry of the block. It is the space in which geometry is possible. Feel the quality of this recognition in the body. It is not euphoria. It is something quieter, a kind of settling, a loosening of the grip in the sternum. Not because the past has changed. It hasn't. Not because the future has been freed. It hasn't. But because the thing that was gripping the steering wheel of the fixed trajectory, the thing that was trying to change the permanent event, the thing that was spending enormous energy on a project of temporal revision that was structurally impossible, that thing can be set down. Not in resignation, in recognition. What you are is not a point on the trajectory. What you are is what the trajectory is inscribed in. The past is fixed. Let it be fixed. It is not you. The future is already written. Let it be written. It is not you. And right here, right now, in the pure immediate presence of this moment, which is the only moment that ever actually arrives, the only coordinate you actually inhabit, you are the awareness that contains the whole block and is not in it. Spacious, still, prior to time, always already free.